I was looking for a footage of Dricus on the ground to see how his grappling may match up with Khamzat, and I found this. Dricus running through a full Gracie Barra black belt team, one after another. Every match gets better and better, so let's get right into it. We all knew DDP is strong and has incredible cardio, but I didn't expect him to be this technical in these matchups. He was using real techniques, combining it with strategy and timing, and then adding his strength and cardio on top of it. The opponent is just trying to pull guard, he's looking for grips. I think he's mainly a guard player, so let's see how this will go. Okay, so now they're in close guard. Just hand fighting. DDP is just trying to posture up. It is interesting how this opponent is controlling that arm of DDP with 2-on-1 grips. Yeah, DDP just like smashing his face from top. Not allowing him to break his posture. Let's see, okay, this underhook from DDP is a little bit risky, but I don't think he even cares. Okay, they will be restarted in the middle. This is a good position for the opponent, like that arm triangle from bottom. So let's see if he'll manage to get something from here. You can get a choke or a back take from that position. Yeah, but let's see if they will restart in the same position. Yeah, DDP is not allowing him to get the position. These restarts in the middle are a big problem in Jiu-Jitsu. They always argue about what position they had before the restart. DDP straight away pulls his arm out. And now he's going for a can opener. That guy on bottom was panicking a lot from that position. And it's just a pressure position, it's hard to submit your opponent from there. And this is a bad position for the opponent. Because Dricus is a MMA guy, I don't think he will try to get the back of this opponent. He's just trying to control him. Yeah, and he rolled back into guard. Yeah, this opponent, the smartest strategy for him is just hold him in close guard. Because if Dricus is free, it's so hard. And again, that underhook throw by from Dricus. Dricus is putting a lot of pressure, not caring even about an attacks from the opponent. And again, he's forcing him into turtle. Let's see. Because Dricus is a MMA guy, it will be hard for him, I think, to take the back from there. But he can have like a good control. And this is a good position for Dricus. But he lost it. The opponent used his butterfly hook to like elevate Dricus. And this is a better position, this like initial position for the opponent. But he lost the top leg, that top initial of his. So now this is bad for him. But he's trying to like hip away and create space. He's going for a Kimura, but nothing there. He's framing good the shoulders of Dricus, always cross framing, going 2-on-1 on the left arm of Dricus. But I think this is a bad strategy playing this guard against Dricus. Because you are like flattened out in half guard. Which is very dangerous because Dricus is very strong and big. So if he gets like a mount on him, I think it will be over. So it's better to have like a good frames with your legs, like lassoing and things. And now he is in mount. And this is so bad. Yet that guard choice from this opponent was so bad. I would never play like a half guard against Dricus. Always framing and pushing the shoulders of Dricus. I think that would be like the smartest thing. And get into the legs of his. Maybe try a leg lock if you can. So let's see. The opponent is trying to like hip escape and get back into half guard, but Dricus, let's see, going for a guillotine. An arm in guillotine. Let's see. This looks tight. So let's see if he'll manage to get it. It's hard to get it from half guard. Maybe he will transition into Dars. But he's still into this like guillotine, yeah, and he got it. Cutting that guillotine from half guard is a very hard thing to do. So that was very nice from Dricus. And I think that opponent was completely exhausted by that time. So yeah. Okay, let's go into the second match. Look how little time DDP has to rest. And he's straight away going in with a new fresh guy. And straight away going on a guillotine. Just dogging him. Let's see if he'll pass the guard. He needs to be careful of an armbar from here. Because that opponent has like a good hips positioning. So let's see. He needs to be careful of his left arm, DDP. And again into this like double underhooks. And again into close guard. Again into this can opener. He's using this can opener to force the opponent to open his guard, you see. And he's straight away in mount. That was a big mistake from the opponent. He's overreacting of DDP. Like when DDP does something, that opponent is overreacting and creating mistakes that DDP is using to get these good positions, you see. So now this is very bad for the opponent. Watch how he's crossing the legs, DDP is. So it is hard for the opponent to get like a good hip bump to get DDP off when he's crossing those legs like that. Let's see, they're just hand fighting from here. I think DDP is looking for something like an arm triangle or even Americana from here. Oh my god, DDP is going into S mount. Maybe he will go for an armbar, but I think that is very risky for him. It is better for him just to stay here and try to submit him from a mount. So let's see. He's just trying to get like a grip on his arm. Maybe trying to force an Americana. There is not a lot of techniques you can do to submit your opponent from mount. It is either Americana or arm triangle or armbar or triangle straight from mount. So there is not a lot you can do else. But I think the smartest strategy for DDP is to use an arm triangle or Americana. Something that you will not lose position. Like if you go for a triangle or armbar, he can like bump you and now you're in guard trying to finish that Americana or triangle. And because DDP is like an MMA guy, it is better for him to stay on top all the time. So let's see if he'll manage to do something. Maybe an Ezekiel straight from mount. That will be interesting. He's going for this Americana, but he's not maintaining that elbow position of the opponent. He's losing that elbow all the time. And the opponent is getting like a negative for being defensive. And if you get like a few negative, it's a DQ in this tournament. So they will be restarted in the middle and Dricus will get like a good position on the opponent because he was like a negative just defending from bottom. So let's see. Yeah, maybe he will get the back from here. Let's see. I don't know the complete rules of this tournament because this is not like a well-known tournament. So maybe they will start from turtle, which really doesn't make sense for this, but let's see. Yeah, I think the opponent is just waiting for them to start and he will just roll through straight into a guard. So let's see. Yeah, just rolling through into guard again. Trying to regain his legs inside, but he lost the position completely. And now Dricus is going for a north-south. Let's see. Maybe he can get a north-south choke. That Marcelo Garcia type of choke from north-south. Which is very nice for him because he is so strong. It will be so hard for the opponent to escape this. The opponent is just framing with his hands, completely leaving the mount open. And Dricus is again in mount. Yet he's trying to like hip escape and regain his knees back inside into guard, but it's so hard. Dricus is so much heavier than him. Yeah, I think he will get like another negative. Maybe even a DQ this opponent will get because he is just waiting there. But he didn't have a choice. Like Dricus is bigger than him and in mount. So I think he will get like a DQ and Dricus will win this match also. And this third match will be, I think, one of the best matches that will happen. Because this guy is a lot better than the two opponents he had previous. So he is also very good at playing guard. And he is also very strong. So this guy will give DDP a lot of problems. And straight away he's pulling guard into the dummy sweep, but it didn't work. He tried to like high step into a guillotine, but Dricus straight away put him down. And close guard, yeah, this is the best option with Dricus, I think. Just get him in close guard and try to do something from here. Maybe enter the legs. I don't think it is smart for you to go into like a high guard and like attack triangles or armbars. Because Dricus is like very comfortable defending them. Because he is from an MMA background. But if you go into the legs, something like a K-guard entry from a close guard, I think that is the smartest strategy for this opponent. Because both of the previous opponents, they try to get like a triangle and armbar from these positions, and Dricus just completely smashed them. So I think this is a better, yeah, and this opponent is again going for this triangle. And now Dricus is free, you see? That is the problem. So he was trying to go straight into mount. And maybe a single leg kicks for the opponent, but Dricus is putting a lot of pressure on his right hip. Yeah, Dricus was putting his right hip on the ground. So he put a lot of pressure on that single leg kicks from the opponent. Yeah, putting the opponent supine, this is very good. Let's see. Butterfly guard for the opponent. Maybe he can get like an overhook from here and maybe try a butterfly sweep. which I think it's so hard because Dricus composition and like balance is so good. It will be so hard to sweep him. Yeah, this is better. I would really try to underhook Dricus' legs and get into a K-guard position, something like that. Maybe force him into like a 50-50 position and attack the legs from here. Yeah, the opponent is just trying to collar the Dricus switch. It's smart because it will not let Dricus get out of this position. And Dricus again going for this like can opener and nothing there. Every time this opponent is going for a triangle, he's losing this close guard. And now Dricus is going for this maybe Sao Paulo pass from close guard, which is crazy that he knows that pass from his MMA background. That is like a traditional Brazilian guy pass. So yeah, let's see. Okay, high pummeling from the opponent, just pummeling that lasso. That is very good guard playing from this opponent. He's a lot better than the previous two guys. But I think he's making mistakes opening this guard and going high for triangles. So let's see. Controlling the hand of Dricus. And guys, remember, this is the third match of Dricus, and this guy on bottom is fresh. So imagine the condition of Dricus. He's crazy good, like his condition is crazy good. Again for this can opener. Every time he goes for that can opener, the opponent opens the close guard because he feels pressure. So he's putting that knee shield to push Dricus away, you see? And again into close guard. They're just spamming these positions. I think Dricus is just like resting a little bit. Again trying to go for this can opener. You really need to defend that. Yeah, now the opponent is opening the guard for no reason. Let's see. I think Dricus is just waiting for a timing to attack. But they got stood up. And why they will stand up and that guy is pulling guard again? Yeah, that was crazy. No reason for them to be standing up. Okay, let's see. Butterfly guard for the opponent. Dricus really needs to put him like supine, I think, and attack from there. Just get both of his ankles and put him into supine position. Yeah, this is better. Just push the head. Yeah, this is better for Dricus. Yeah, straight into side control. Yeah, every time he's going into this like passing position, this outside passing position, he's passing the guard of the opponent. So let's see. The opponent has good frames, framing that far shoulder, also framing the right hip of Dricus with his left hand. And now he's losing that frame, so let's see. Yeah, he regarded completely. Dricus doesn't really know how to hold those positions, but he's good at getting there. And again, this outside pass try. Let's see. It is so interesting to see how like sloppy he does it, but somehow it works. But if you go into like a ADCC, a real ADCC tournament with these passes, it will be like crazy to see like nothing will work for DDP. But these guys are black belts, but they are not at the highest level of black belts. So Dricus is just like manhandling them. Okay, maybe going for a heel hook, let's see. And again into that underhook. Yeah, he really likes that underhook pass. It is a very good pass for you to be safe and pass the guard. And it also, I think it's good for MMA. Because it will be hard for the opponent to stand up and like high stop from bottom position. So let's see. Again into close guard. Yeah, I think Dricus is also getting a little bit tired. But this opponent is getting a lot more tired also because he's playing guard. And when you are on bottom for this long, because Dricus is on top of him, he has a gravity on his side. So he's always pushing forward and putting pressure on the bottom guy, you see. And this is a better, let's see, position, but it didn't work. Yeah, when people do that with their hands from bottom, just like when they're like on beach, I think that is a sign that they're getting tired. So if Dricus manages to put like a lot of pressure on this opponent, I think he will pass the guard again. And the referee is stopping the action for some reason, but DDP is just straight away going on a guillotine. And now why he doesn't stop the action now? This is crazy from the referee. Yeah, that was big mistake because DDP submitted him, and now the referee is saying he stopped the action before that. But when DDP had that guillotine, the referee was just like watching DDP. That was crazy from the referee. That was completely crazy. Such a big mistake. Yeah, and DDP is completely right to get like a mat from this. Yeah, I don't know what was that. That was crazy. And now after DDP submitting this guy, they will be restarted in this position. DDP on bottom and this guy in side control on DDP. For what reason this is happening, I don't know. I think DDP was about to get a negative before he got that guillotine. And if you get a negative in this tournament, you will get like a bad position. And good luck holding DDP in side control. Straight away he's getting an underhook and wrestling up. Straight into a single leg, let's see, body lock takedown. Yeah, that is that. Yeah, good luck holding the highest level of MMA guy in side control. And again, DDP is going for this guillotine. One arm guillotine, and he submitted a guy twice in the row, man. Straight from guard. Yeah, I think this guy was completely exhausted by this time. And he was submitted twice in a row. Let's go straight away into the next guy. And this guy is also very technical and has very good guard. And he's pulling guard straight away into butterfly guard. DDP is trying outside guard pass, but it didn't work. Yeah, he's transitioning from outside passes to inside passes like this. This is very good. This is a sign of a good guard passer, which is very interesting because DDP is not like a traditional jiu-jitsu guy. So, but he's combining outside passing with inside passing, because outside passing you don't put a lot of pressure, but you can move a lot because you are free to move. But he's combining that with inside passing, which is a lot more like pressure based, you see. And now he's going on a toe hold, but he completely messed up that toe hold. And now the opponent is attacking inside heel hook from 50-50. And the opponent is going belly down, trying to expose the heel of Dricus. Dricus is pushing the hips of the opponent, trying to get his knee line free, his left knee line. And he's trying to get it, let's see. Yeah, it looks like his left knee line is out. So now, even though the opponent is cranking that heel hook, there is not a knee pressure on that heel hook, you see? Yeah, and he's completely free now. Oh my god, the opponent tried a double leg on DDP, man. And he's straight into this north-south choke, this Marcelo Garcia choke. Yeah, this is a free choke for sure. And he got submitted. Yeah, he really didn't defend that choke at all. He was looking at the ceiling, which is the worst thing to do with a choke. You really need to like look on the side or try to look at the ribs of DDP and defend that choke. And now this is the last guy. And I can only imagine what is going through this guy's head, because the whole team of his is completely dismantled and he's a lot smaller than the last guys. So this will be so interesting thing to watch. Straight away he's pulling guard and DDP again going for this one arm guillotine. He's trying to connect his hands now, let's see. The opponent is trying to clear those arms of DDP and he manages to do so. Okay, again into that triangle. That is a big mistake everybody did, going for the triangle on DDP. And again DDP is going maybe for a darts here, let's see. Yeah, he's trying to set up these darts. He's halfway there. And this is a better position for DDP. I don't think this is deep, but he can make it deep. He just needs to readjust this position, yeah. And he got the submission. That was crazy. He completely broke the whole Gracie Barra team. That was crazy. This was so fun to watch, and good luck to him in his next fight.
Next question, Hula_. How many Alexa Grassos are needed to beat one DDP? Bro, I've got some very weird questions in here.
How many Alexa Grasses? All of them.
As many as there is.
Like, how many can you make?
Like 400.
Let's go.
400 would fucking wreck you. They would just pile up on you and bite you.
I'll be like, ah.
Oh, fuck. All right, the next one.